RACES stands for Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Service, and most cities in Orange County have a RACES unit to help provide emergency communications and auxiliary communications for special events. So currently we have people deployed for RACES from the pier, starting in Pier Plaza, out on the pier and along the beach path all the way down to Tower 17. So pretty much the whole footprint of the air show, we have members along the bike path, eyes and ears again in the crowd, monitoring what's going on. We also have the first aid tents out there, and we have emergency communication available there. So those have direct line into the operations center here so that we can get police, fire, medics, whatever resources we need. It's a very important role that we play with this. You're probably familiar with being at any of the large events for Huntington Beach. Cell service gets saturated. Even trying to do a 911 call from somebody on the beach could be very difficult to get out. Our communicators, we have our own radio systems. We're able to call right into the command post and be able to dispatch directly with Huntington Beach Fire or police.
RACES are here, and the RACES help us so much with communication because this event cannot be properly secured in terms of event security without RACES. It's real simple, but it's complicated.
The air show is a very complicated show, especially when we're talking about the communication of what has to happen both out in the water, right here at show control, which is controlling everything that happens in the sky, and then of course all of our remote airports. So HB RACES helps us to support those communications by creating a communication system that in real time has a readout to our air boss and essentially the control tower here at Show Center that shows us exactly what's going on at the airport.
So we have RACES members that are operating out of the Joint Forces Training Base at Los Alamitos. Likewise, we have the same setup going over at John Wayne Airport at the Lions Air Museum, where all of the private planes that participate in the show are coming out of.
They're probably going to call the C-47 landed.
C-47 has landed. C-47 has landed.
Well, communication is safety in aviation, and particularly during an air show. You know, we're doing a lot of aerobatic maneuvers and flying low to the ground and fairly close to crowds. So it's a different environment than a normal aviation environment. So communication becomes even more important. And we have the best air boss in the world here, Wayne Boggs, so I feel pretty safe.
Since it's a remote show, we have a lot of people that we need to communicate with to make sure that aircraft are airborne or recovered safely and this and that. So that these fine gentlemen that were actually behind me have come up with actually a really neat ultra-modern screen for us. It's updated in real time. We know exactly when they're taxiing out, we know when they get airborne, we know when they're en route, then we know when they're in the hole, that we know when they're, of course, we know when they're performing, but we also know when they go back, they've landed safely and they're safe on deck. So it's been a real treat.
Every year we kind of up our game with him and we bring him a little bit new tech each time. He loves having us here. We are happy to provide the service for him, and it works well.